not to do that, you know.
Do what?
Put my stuff away. It just makes things harder to find. Leave everything out so I can put my hands on it.
You can put your hands on it in a drawer.
It's a fine rehabilitation center, Josh. We brought you here to learn to cope, not to dodge.
I'm not gonna be blind forever.
I know that. But for as long as you are, we want you to make the very best of it.
What time are Ned and Eileen expecting us?
In an hour, we're fine. They're gonna let us park our trailer in their driveway, so we'll be here just as long as you are.
You don't need to do that, Daddy. You heard him. The next 2 weeks are gonna be jammed. Not much time for visitors.
We want to be close by.
Besides, Ned said something about a job. If that works out, we might be here a lot longer than 2 weeks.
We live here? In a house?
Yeah, maybe.
Do me a favor, okay? You guys go to pick out a house? Get me a room with a view.
Hey! Haven't I seen you folks someplace before? Like North Carolina?
Ned, how you doing?
Good to see you, Russ.
You probably don't even remember me. You were but 3-4 years old.
Oh, of course I do, Miss Bernhardt. You make the best pound cake on earth.
And who is this young fella?
This is our nephew, Nathaniel.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Nathaniel.
Do you like pound cake, Nathaniel?
Well, it depends. What is it?
It's the best down-home bacon there is.
Well, let's go have some.
Ooh, yeah.
I was real sorry to hear about your son, Russell.
He's a strong boy. He'll be all right. Doctor said there's a good chance he'll make a full recovery. It's going to take some time.
I was also sorry to hear about the factory closing back home. I can't make things easier.
Never figured it to go belly up. You were smart to leave when you did.
Well, we sure didn't think so at the time. We missed home something fierce. But Idaho finally won us over. It's got good, clean air, wonderful fishing and hunting, almost better than the Blue Ridge. Schools are great. The working conditions are good. The company is just fabulous. I mean, they treat you just like family. They're growing all the time, almost doubled in size.
Well, that's something I wanted to talk to you about, Ned. I'm just not certain I want a full-time job right now.
Well, isn't that why you hit the road, so you can get a job?
Not really. You know, we're traveling around the country, teaching the kids about America, doing a little good wherever we go. Of course, we're still looking for my brother.
Well, maybe it's none of my business, Russell, but it seems to me you could do yourself and your family a heck of a lot of good if you let me set you up with a job interview.
Busting glaze, machine operator, lead man, even CNC, router, and lasers. Oh, you've done it all. I can see why Ned Bernhardt sings your praises.
Well, feelings mutual. Ned taught me my craft. I just worked my way up from there.
Yeah, all the way up to machine room supervisor, a job we're looking to fill. Enjoy it?
I loved it.
And how's your health? Any problems with working long hours?
Well, hard work never killed anybody. My health's never been better. You mind if I ask about your benefits?
We will try to match your last salary. Full medical and dental. Week's vacation after 6 months, 2 after a year.
That's even better than back home.
Oh, didn't realize you were in an interview.
It's okay. I want you to meet Russell Green, a fine candidate for a machine room supervisor. Mr. McNeely's plant manager.
Oh, well, it's nice to meet you, sir.
Likewise. Good. Sarah, when you get a minute?
Oh, we're done here. We'll be in touch soon.
Well, I hope so. Thank you. Excuse me.
Excellent credentials, don't you think?
Give me a break. Gotta get some young blood in here. Some old guy on his way to retirement. Let's keep looking, huh?
My name is Russell Green. Maybe you passed me and my family out on the highway. Maybe you were driving some fancy sports car or an old beat-up four-door. Or maybe you've had some hard times like us and you're out on the road with your house hitched up behind you and America the Beautiful up ahead. But whoever you are, you be sure to give us a wave next time you drive by, because we're your neighbors, and we're all on the road together.
It didn't go well?
No, not well. It was fantastic. It's the same jobs I had before, and I'm exactly what they're looking for.
Oh! Does this mean we're staying here?
Does this mean we all get to have champagne?
No on the champagne, yes on settling down for a little while anyhow.
I'm so happy for you, Russell, but I thought, didn't you have a sort of directive about being on the road?
I've been mulling that over myself, Mama, and this is just such a perfect fit that there must be some reason it was put in my path.
Maybe we're supposed to be here.
And the money is great, and the benefits are even better than before.
Oh, maybe we could even lease a house.
The salary they're talking about, buy one. Let's go tell Ned and Eileen, okay?
Okay.
Is that all right, Mama?
Of course. Go have fun. Oh. Of course, I want what's best for the family. But I'd sure hate to leave the road.
Yeah, me too.
Me three.
Come in.
Miss Carson, got a message you called.
Yes, but I was expecting you to just phone back.
I didn't get the job.
I'm sorry. I wish you would have called, saved yourself a trip.
But why?
They decided to go with another man.
But what more did you want? I mean, how much more qualified could I be?
I'm only the human resources person here, and that's management's decision. Mr. Green? Mr. Green, wait.
I want to talk to Mr. McNeely.
Sir, that'll be one of the first things.
Well, buddy, it's good to have you aboard.
Okay, thanks, Mr. McNabb.
Sure, you're going to make a great supervisor. We'll see you.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you so much. It's great. See you.
You all right? You've been out here for 10 minutes.
I didn't get it.
But I thought you said...
I know what I said.
Did they explain why?
I was going to ask, and I saw this kid that they hired in my place, and he was just so excited. He reminded me of myself at his age. I just lost heart.
I'm sorry. I know how much you wanted the job.
Well, I'm sorry, too. For the house, I can't get you.
Oh, honey, I don't want a house. I've got a home.
Well, so much for the perfect job and the end of the road, huh?
Well, it just means we have more roads to travel down.
Ned. He won't come home. I don't know what's going on. Please help me get him.
Hurt me again, Jimmy. One more time.
Sorry.
Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. I want another drink. Now, don't make me come over to the bar and get it myself.
No.
Now, Jimmy, come on.
What's going on, Ned?
Just leave me alone, Russell.
Hey, come on.
Get your hands off me. I'm sorry, Russell. I want to be left alone. Just leave me alone.
No, I'm not going to do that. Not till you tell me what's happened. Eileen's worried.
Yeah? She ought to be worried. She ought to be scared to death. You know why?
Been laid off?
No, I have not been laid off. They don't lay people off anymore. I've been downsized. I've been downsized so the company can compete in the global marketplace. That's important. You know, 9 years I gave that company. That's not important. I brought my whole family out here. I helped the company get started. Put my whole life on the line. That's not important. The only thing that's important to them is competing in the global marketplace. So no, I have not been laid off. I haven't been fired, and I haven't been canned. I have been downsized. Well, I guess that's a whole lot better. And dear Mr. Bernhardt, congratulations. You are now dust.
Morning.
Morning.
How's the head?
Don't ask. Sorry about last night, Russell. Tell me, did I make a complete fool of myself?
Well, pretty much. But speaking from experience, believe me, that's not fatal.
I might have known. The other day I heard a night owl screeching in broad daylight. You know what the old-timers say about that?
Bad luck on the way.
Yeah. You know, I hate crying over spilt milk, but I just feel like I've been stabbed in the back.
Or the heart. Been there, too.
Look, you see these things? These are commendations for excellence on the job. I got this one for never missing a day's work. Even got one for saving the guy's life.
You didn't see this coming at all?
No, never. I never had one single negative job performance evaluation. Came clear out of the blue. And you know what they offered me? 4 months severance. That's it. 4 months. I can't afford that. I mean, I thought I was completely covered. Just a couple years and paying the mortgage off on this place. My oldest girl's a junior in college. I'm just 6 months off from being eligible for my pension. You know, it's some coincidence, me being canned just 6 months before I vested from my pension.
Mm-hmm. And it's some coincidence, me losing out to a younger worker for a supervisor's job.
What's going on here, Russell?
Well, it looks like Post Falls Furniture's got some interesting ways of cutting costs. And it seems like they don't have a place for people like you and me.
You mean older guys?
Well, you said they were doubling in size.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's how some of these companies pay for expansion.
They can't do that.
Not by law.
I tried to get in to see Gary McNeena the other day and couldn't even get past his secretary.
Yeah, he's not going to help. But I think I might know somebody who will. Excuse me, we're looking for Mr. Corwin.
That's me.
Well, Carlene Wilcox over at the EEOC said you might be able to help us.
Oh, yeah. Have a seat. There's one.
No, that's all right. I'll stand.
No, don't be ridiculous. Here you go. Here you go. Have a seat. Oh, Okay, so what can I do for you gentlemen?
Well, we're here to talk to you about an age discrimination case.
Ah, I see. You know, age bias is extremely difficult to prove.
Mrs. Wilcox said that she thought we had a pretty strong case.
And I value her opinion, but if there were racism involved...
Racism? Well, unless there's a movement against fifth-generation Irish, German, Scottish Americans, I don't think we can help you there.
Oh.
Yeah, too bad. Well, it's just that these age discrimination cases are just so darn tough, you know?
You never tried one?
No.
Have you ever tried any discrimination cases?
No. No, actually, I just graduated from law school. Top 5th in my class, I might add. And I plan on making discrimination my specialty. I did very well on those subjects in college.
Huh. Well, maybe we ought to think about this and look some...
hang on a minute now, Ned. Joel, how are you ever going to get to be any good at this if you don't get some experience under your belt?
It's a good point, but, well, if I don't have any experience, well, then why do you want me?
Well, how much is your retainer?
Oh, my retainer, $100? I mean, if that's too high, I can go lower.
That sounds about right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When you told him he had the job, I thought he was going to fall off his chair. I couldn't believe it either.
Well, the price was right.
Always is when you hire somebody with no experience. Just ask Post Falls Furniture.
Sounds to me like you're doing the same thing the company's doing, only in reverse. Just because he's young doesn't mean he can't do the job.
Well, you got me there, Claire. Listen, maybe the whole thing will work out. Put these young minds together, we can do anything.
Then why did you hire him, Daddy?
Well, because he's doing it for the joy of right and wrong. He's sure not doing it for money. And maybe some of that enthusiasm of his will rub off.
So what's the next step?
Well, Joel said he'd contact the company and that they would avoid his phone calls for a few days, and then he'll write them a legal letter, and that ought to get the ball rolling.
This whole age thing just burns me up. I'm getting so I hate the word old.
All right. How about chronologically challenged, Mom?
Well, it's the young people that are chronologically challenged. We're getting smarter every year.
You got that right.
I wonder if your Mr. McNeely has got a mom and a daddy who he thinks are outdated. And I wonder how they feel about what he's doing.
Well, I'm afraid men like McNeely only have one thing on their minds, and that's greed.
I've got some pecan pie in the kitchen. I'll go put on the coffee.
I'll help. Is everything all right, Eileen?
Fine, hon. I can handle this. You go sit.
I wasn't talking about the pies.
If you really want to know, I think Ned fighting for his job is a terrible idea.
Why?
Better to just accept what is and try and rebuild our lives. False hope is worse than no hope.
But not if he gets his job back.
What if he doesn't? What if he gets his heart broken again? What if the company gets mad? You know, the severance package isn't much, but it's better than nothing. Nothing won't pay my daughter's tuition or the mortgage on this house.
Have you told him how you feel?
Ned's not listening to anyone but Russell and his own anger.
Okay, let's do this.
Before we file any court papers, we wanted to give the company an opportunity to settle this amicably.
What'd you have in mind?
Quite little, actually. Mr. Bernhardt restored to his former position, of course, and Mr.
How about we
Green-
give him 2 months extra severance and $500 for Mr. Green? They both signed quit claims right now.
We don't want your money, sir. We just want this man restored to the job he deserves.
Sir, you have to understand, we're very sorry we had to right-size Ned, but we have an entire factory we're trying to keep employed, and I can't do that without being able to compete in the global marketplace.
Mr. McNeely, we have a terrific prima facie case here. Your human resources person asked Mr. Green a question about his health. You can't do that. It's a no-no. And a younger, less qualified man got his job, a bigger no-no. And Mr. Bernhardt here was fired without cause, a humongous job of the Hutt size no-no. For you to fire someone like Ned isn't just wrong. It's bad business. Studies show that older workers are actually more productive workers.
Yeah, if that were only true in Ned's case.
What do you mean?
Well, unfortunately, Ned's last few job evaluations have come back subpar.
That is a downright lie. I have never had a bad job evaluation in my life. Never.
Show me them.
Sure. In time.
I know what he's doing. I know what you're doing. You're creating after-acquired evidence. You're phoning up these evaluations just to prove your point.
That's what you say.
Oh, juries hate when companies pull dirty tricks on their workers. They hate it.
You either drop your suit, or I'm going to yank the severance package. And that's Ned's 4 months.
But we are not going to drop this suit. So you just better put the gloves on.
It's a big mistake. You get nothing.
We got him right where we want him.
Listen, you want to learn how to call a pheasant?
Sure.
Okay. Take this. Hold it like that. Oh. Hear that? That's a cock pheasant. Male. Ill-tempered fella. I told him I was here, and he said, you better stay out of my territory.
Does this mean we're actually going to shoot a bird?
Well, I certainly hope so. Go ahead, try it. Uh-huh. What the heck did you tell him?
I said, beat it faster, you're going to be dinner.
Well, I think perhaps somebody here is not quite ready for hunting.
Tell me something, Russell. When you lost your job, how'd you deal with it?
With the help of the Lord above and my wife and family right here.
You know, I always considered myself to be a solid citizen. I could take care of anything. Last thing in the world I ever expected was to be sitting around, spending long afternoons just waiting for a miracle to happen.
Watching a lot of TV. I remember those days.
If I watch any more talk shows, I'm going to start to hate men.
Something good will happen.
I believe you.
It's going to have to. You depend on your hunting, you'll starve.
Guess you heard. They took away the severance money.
I'm sorry. I know how hard it looks right now, but it will get better.
You don't know that. It could get worse. We could sink.
You don't have to, not if you stick together. Hold on to your faith.
But we're not sticking together. He won't tell me anything. He just sits there. I can feel the anger and disappointment rising off him.
Well, it was the same with Russell, especially in the beginning. They're scared, and it takes a long time for them to work out their fears.
They're scared. I'm scared too.
I know you are.
Guess what I found myself doing this morning? Counting bars of soap. Wondered how much longer before we ran out. I never realized it before. We had wealth. Not riches, but security. There ought to be a law against what they did, taking that away from us. Don't they have a conscience? Don't they care? Every time I think about the future, it's like a kick in the stomach. Every night I take long drives so he doesn't see me cry.
Then talk to him. Tell him how you feel. They have a wound that can't heal unless you help them to talk.
Yeah, sometimes not even then.
What do you mean?
Can't you see it? Russell's not healed. He's just the same. If he were over it, why would he be so obsessed about Ned getting his job back?
Because it's the right thing to do.
The right thing is gonna sink us. I won't sink. I won't settle for living by the skin of my teeth. Living in some trailer.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Oh, what are you doing here? Isn't this enemy territory?
Need a favor. So does Ned Bernhardt.
I hear he's got a dynamite lawyer. Friends like you, he doesn't need me.
He needs all the help he can get. From people who know right from wrong, and my guess is you do. They're saying Ned had negative performance evaluations. You know differently. Maybe you could prove differently.
Well, even if I could, you see how it is in there.
Well, they wouldn't have to know.
If they suspected me, I'd be gone in a New York minute.
You really want to work in a place like that when you have the power to change it?
I can't help you, or Ned, sorry.
What about yourself? Nobody gets to stay in their 30s forever.
What's all this?
What's it look like? I got a job at the Village Dairy.
Eileen, there's no reason for that.
Well, there's plenty of reasons for it. They're called bills.
Are you saying I can't take care of my family anymore?
I'd never say that. Look, I can't just sit around here. I've got to do something.
Well, what do you think I'm doing? You think it's easy taking on these lawyers, fighting them every day?
I don't know, Ned. You never tell me anything. What is it like? Why are you doing this?
Because I have to.
Why? Talk to me, Ned. Tell me. I know you feel bad. I do, too. I'll be home by 6.
Do what you want.
Oh. Here's something interesting, though I'm sure you've seen them before. Ned's stellar job evaluations, current all the way to this month.
Where'd you get these? You realize this is confidential information? Well, we did discover other problems. Expense reports filed by Ned, clearly padded.
What? You've got to be kidding.
Now, this is larger than a company situation. We could file a criminal complaint.
You miserable son of a...
What we'll do then is subpoena each and every one of upper management's expense reports, see if you can add anyone else to your criminal complaint.
And there were accusations of drunkenness on the job.
Oh, come on.
When? Oh, no. Let me guess. Was it December something? A company Christmas party? Let me ask you this. Did the company supply the liquor?
Reports of sexual harassment.
Please. What's next? Is Ned the guy on the grassy knoll?
These are legitimate complaints.
Give me names.
We'll reoffer Ned his 6-month severance. That's it. That's all he's going to get.
Oh, really? Huh. The last age bias case that went to jury, a $3.5 million finding for the plaintiff. So why don't we just discuss giving Ned his job back?
Guess we'll see you in court.
Oh, hold on. Wait. It's our turn to storm off in a huff. That was great. They're petrified. Their desperation speaks volumes.
You okay, Ned?
Oh, yeah, I'm just great. Let's go have a party.
Well, it's been kind of a long day. Why don't we just go home and get some rest?
All right, tell me something. When's this thing going to end? How long is it going to take?
I don't know. A year, maybe 2.
A couple of years. Forget it. You go back in there, and you tell them that I will take whatever deal that they are offering.
Well, wait. Don't be silly. We're gonna win this. You won't ever have to work another day for the rest of your life.
Son, you don't understand. That's not what I want. That's never what I wanted. I just want to work. It's over, Russell. Forget it. I'm done. End it.
Hey. Why'd you change your mind, Ned?
You see that gun up there? It belonged to my granddaddy. Doesn't work anymore, but sometimes I just like to take it down and hold it, feel its heft, and admire the craftsmanship. Reminds me of my past. Good place to be at one time. Now I got to put it away. You know, Russell, you were right about one thing. I think I did tend to regard the company as my second family. And I guess that's why I feel so betrayed. I'm a fool.
No. Just because they quit on us doesn't mean we were wrong to give them everything we had.
It's over. It's time to move on. I don't care what I do. I mean, I can wash dishes, I can clean stalls. Doesn't make any difference to me. I just want to work somewhere.
Nothing wrong with that. But, why let them beat you twice? Why not go ahead and win the fight and then walk away if you want to? On your own terms.
Maybe because the most important thing right now is survival. But you can't do that alone.
Well, I know that's true. So how'd it go at the restaurant?
Oh, it went.
Eileen, I'm gonna find another job. Or try to. I just don't want to lose you, too.
I'm right here, Ned. I'm not going anywhere.
Daddy?
Hello, son.
They told me you were up here. Can't stay long. Class starts in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd try to squeeze in a quick good morning.
Cool.
You get pretty good with that thing.
Can't wait till the day I get to give it up. Where's Mama?
At the trailer. Probably wondering where I got off to so early this morning.
It's not that early.
Well, it was when I walked out the door. The sun wasn't even up. I just, wanted to clear my head, you know, do some thinking. I've been walking ever since.
It's about me, wasn't it?
Well, it's about a lot of things. You, Ned, living on the road.
I could be blind on the road just as well as I could be blind here, so we might as well keep moving.
Well, I couldn't settle down if I wanted to. Beginning to realize I may never have a job like the one back home again.
Daddy, listen to me. I can't see to save my life, so I could care less whether we live in a trailer or a big house, or whether we have new clothes or old ones.
You better get on to your class, son. I have something I want to say. It takes a long time to let go of certain things, even when you think you already have. I wanted that job because, well, because I always thought that a job was the measure of a man. And when I got passed over, I felt old.
You're not old, honey. Yes, he is. Well, a little bit.
Well, they made me feel old and useless. And I got so angry about that, I forgot what was important. And maybe that's why I had to come here, as a little reminder that I'd have been lost without you. All of you.
You know, I looked up some stuff after what you said, Grandma, about people getting smarter, not older. And did you know that Michelangelo didn't finish painting the Sistine Chapel till he was 66? And Benjamin Franklin didn't even sign the Declaration of Independence till he was 70. And then Mahatma Gandhi, he didn't even start his first nonviolent protest till he was 50.
I didn't know that. It doesn't surprise me a bit.
That's very good, Dinah.
You know, if these corporations aren't careful, some people are going to start fighting back.
Well, we're going to have to save that for another day. I believe it's time for us to move on.
I don't think so.
You want to explain that, Mama?
Well, old people use furniture, don't they?
You're using some of it right now, yeah.
Well, more than anyone else, old people are always sitting on park benches and places.
Exactly.
What are you getting at, Hattie?
How do you think that company'd feel if the older people started treating them the way they treat older people?
You're up to something.
You bet I am. What was that phrase the wise folks use down where we come from? Don't quit till the hearse pulls up.
Come on now. Come on over this way. Let's go. This way, this way, this way. Now, let's put all our stuff, pile them over there just as high as you can.
and be just as conspicuous as you can so that people can see them from all the offices. Okay, now, sit on your chairs. Yeah, I think that makes a statement.
What's all this?
Protest march. Non-violent like in the old days.
This is your surprise? What Hattie thought up?
Well, Post Falls Furniture Company's about to learn something I've known my whole life. Don't mess with Mama.
It sounds good to me.
What do those people think they're doing?
Making a statement?
What if every business thought of nothing but the bottom line? Hospitals. What if every specialist, every medical specialist, were put out to pasture at the age of 55? No. Would you want to have heart surgery? Ha! Not me. I think this whole policy is just plain silly.
People are trespassing on company property. Let's go. Let's get out of here. I'm going to call the sheriff. Let's go. Break it up.
Get ready for some great shots.
Mom? What are you doing here?
What does it look like? I was heartsick when I heard what you'd been doing to that poor man.
How did all this happen?
Oh, Hattie Green put it on the internet.
What?
The computer thingamabob.
I know what the internet is, Mom. I'm just a little surprised you do.
Sonny, I was learning how to do an electric range and a TV before you were born. Get real.
Okay, Mom, you made your point. Come on, let's go.
Not a prayer. Not until you change your ways.
Here, Mom. Now, come on. It's the dinette set Donna Lynn and I got you for your birthday.
Sit on it.
Mr. Corwin, you want to make these people go away?
Well, you can do that better than I can.
Yeah. Let's go inside.
What we want is simple, actually. A lump sum payment equal to 3 years' salary, full pension, full medical benefits, at least until Ned can find employment that equals said benefits, plus...
I'll give him his job back.
My client obviously isn't going back to work for a company like yours.
Well, I'm not.
Ned, we won. You got your revenge. Why go back in there?
Because I got a job to do. As long as I'm on the floor of this shop, I'm going to do my best to see this never happens again.
Well, Mr. Green, I guess you want the job you interviewed for.
No, sir, I don't. That job already belongs to another man. And I hope he has it long enough to become expert at it. But if he needs any help in that department, you've already got the best man for that job right here.
And I'm not even going to say a word about teaching an old dog new tricks.
Good. Don't. Ned, welcome back.
Thank you.
I guess you and I better get out there before our mothers take over the world.
I'm so sorry about those harsh words that day. If it weren't for you and your family,
And you helped us also.
I guess I just never realized how fragile everything is.
Is it? When you have love, faith, family, and people who are willing to fight for you?
No.
Hattie, I don't know how to begin to thank you.
I've got my thanks right here. A whole week's supply. Pound cake.
Don't eat it all at once.
Huh? Nervous? Excited?
Oh, not really. It's not the same as before. Now it's just a job. Guess I'm a little sad about that. Not too sad. It's not my family. It's not my real family. You should be a stranger, Russell.
See you, neighbor.
Ned! Ned! Oh, Ned!